never good. He said, give me all you got, Shay. No, Chef Shay.
I'm so embarrassed for my brother. He's one of the top chefs in America. He's a two-time James Beard Award winner and owns the restaurant in Chicago where Obama says it's his favorite. And I got to deal with Chef Shay on my show.
Yeah, I'm a beard.
Chef Shay.
I'm a three-time beard winner.
Oh, really?
James Harden beard winner.
Shaved your beard.
All right.
Skip, how you doing today? Skip, how you doing?
Now I don't know. I thought I was okay, but
I'm not sure.
let's find out.
Yeah.
Given all of this, we still have a jam-packed Monday. How much is Baker to blame for the Brown season? And will Zeke get back to his all-pro form against the Giants tonight? But first, we start with Tom Brady and the Patriots. The New England defense was on a historic pace this season until they met Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, who literally ran all over them. Baltimore had over 200 yards on the ground, including 2 rushing touchdowns from Lamar. The Ravens QB also had 163 yards through the air and a passing touchdown. Tom Brady had nearly 300 yards and a touchdown, but couldn't keep up with the Ravens' high-powered offense in the 37-20 loss. After the game, Brady said, "To lose by 17 is not what the Patriots are about." Shannon, they paid you a visit, but what happened last night?
Skip, I think the Patriots got a wake-up call last night. We had been talking about it all year. And I never bought into this notion that they were historically a great defense. I said, Skip, they haven't really been playing anyone. The Jets and Miami and Washington. And if you look at the teams that they're playing, they aren't very good. The quarterbacks are even less good than the teams that they actually play for. I said, now it's going to be very interesting to see when they start playing teams that are better offensive, and the quarterbacks are better. And this is what happens. I had a front row seat to one of the historically great defenses. And there will come a time in which the defense will struggle. And then the offense needs to carry the weight. We played Jacksonville, I think the second game of the season, Skip, and we won 39-36. Defense just didn't have it that day. We were able, Tony Banks was offensive player of the week, threw for 5 touchdowns, no turnovers, and we won the game. And what I've told you before, this offense right now has just been riding. They have a front row seat like I had when I was on the Ravens team. They've been riding. They haven't been carrying their weight, and you saw that front and center last night. The Ravens go out 7-0. Tom Brady gets the ball, bloop, bloop, 3 and out. Go around again, 14-0. Tom Brady, 3 and out. The Ravens had 17 points. The Patriots had 3 points and a first down. Now, I'm trying to figure out, now somehow, I got a feeling this is going to come back on Coach Belichick's defense. But I just want to know, when the Ravens scored 7 points and they kicked the ball to Tom Brady, what was he doing? What did he do? He did absolutely nothing.
My turn? Oh.
No, it's not your turn just yet, Skip. I just got started. I'm 2 minutes in.
Well, you're just a chef. What do you know?
He is so much more.
Look, they came to my restaurant last night. You should be glad I opened up for them. Normally, I send them away, but I was...
Your restaurant went out of business a long time ago.
We're back in business.
You pick lots of losers.
We were in renovation, Skip. We had to get some renovations. Look, Skip, I'm shocked that the Ravens' bread and butter, the way, and Coach Belichick, Skip, he's built his backbone, he's built his reputation. What do you do best? I'm taking it away, and if you beat me with plan B, I can live with that, but plan A is obsolete. Skip, the Ravens got what they want running the football. They had the ball of over 37 minutes to 22 minutes for the Patriots. That's unheard of. The Ravens had 2 possessions in the second half. 2, Skip, and they had the ball for almost 18 minutes. An 8.5-minute drive, a 9.5-minute drive, and a kneel down at the end of the game. And the Patriots could not do anything with them. It's going to come a point, Skip, and because the Patriots are not this dynamic offense, you run out of opportunities. You can't keep going 11 plays, 12 plays. They don't have big play capabilities. And now they're not running the football the way we saw them, Skip, run it the last half of last year and into the playoffs. They're not that team, Skip. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if y'all think Tom Brady is that same Tom Brady from 3 or 4 years ago, you're sadly mistaken.
You're sadly mistaken, but when is it my turn?
Take it away.
Is that it?
Oh,
thank you.
On that note.
Now the show starts. Last night, before America, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens exposed the many, many flaws that the New England Patriots already had. In fact, I believe they were the most flawed 8-0 team this league might have ever seen because we couldn't really see the flaws until last night. And I got to compliment Nick Boyle, the tight end for the Ravens, because he took a shot last week and he was right. And he backed it up because he said, that defense has not seen anything yet like our offense, and he was dead on right. And usually anybody on the opposition who dares to take a shot at the New England Patriots going into the game,
eat those words.
He eats it. Yeah. Tom Brady makes him eat it, even though Tom Brady doesn't play, obviously, on defense.
Correct.
But somehow the whole Patriots rise up and say, watch this. It felt like he was the backup tight end, though he started most of their games. And he played well, and they played great. So what did we start seeing a week ago, even though it was dismissed as it was in a driving rainstorm at Foxborough? We saw Nick Chubb get off. He got loose.
He did.
Didn't he?
He did.
For 132 yards and 159 total.
Yeah.
Right? That the Browns ran for. That was the beginning of what was about to happen. And then what did we see last night in the first half? We saw the Baltimore Ravens run for 155 yards in the first half against that defense that was on historic pace, right?
Well, we tried to warn them.
Not anymore. Not anymore. 155 yards, heading for 210 total rush yards. What? 210 total rush yards? They went, thanks large part to Lamar Jackson, who was phenomenal last night. They went 5 of 10 on third down and 1 of 1 on a key fourth down in the late in the third quarter. And that added up to what you referred to, 37 minutes of time of possession. So Brady only had the ball for 23 minutes. That's a good way to beat New England.
Right.
And what did we see right out of the box? First drive of the Baltimore Ravens. It gets down to a field goal because they finally buckled up and stopped them. And there's an offsides penalty, an encroachment penalty. I'm not sure who was at fault. They didn't really name him. Yeah. But you ever see a Belichick team do that?
No, it was.
You don't do that. Whoever it was, I figured he was going to get cut by halftime, right?
He might be on the waiver wire this afternoon.
He might be. And then we saw Julian Edelman do what he's often done, which is scratch and claw for an extra couple of yards, and he didn't quite take the football along for the ride, and it bounces on the turf, and it was Baltimore's night, and it's one hop right up to Marlon Humphrey, and he is off to the races.
Marlon Humphrey's playing his tail off.
Hey, he did. In fact, he's starting to rival Stephon Gilmore as the best cornerback,
because he's traveling.
And he took Edelman a lot. He said after the game, I did have some help on some plays. We doubled him some, but he made it hard on Julian
And then when they started going to Sanu, he jumped over on Sanu.
Did he? Ooh, he was all over the field. But that was, you gave him 4 points on the offsides on the field goal.
Possession,
and then you gave him 7 points on the Edelman play.
Score.
Okay, so that's 11 points that a Patriot team rarely gives to the opponent, especially on the road. If you give Baltimore 11 points, what's probably going to happen?
You're probably
going to lose that game at Baltimore because we know Baltimore's a very good team and has been pretty good
especially at home.
Now, let's go, shall we, to the flaws on the Patriots offense. The Patriots cannot run the football as opposed to the Baltimore Ravens. They just can't run it, and they haven't really been able to run it all year.
Right. That's true.
So they grand totaled 74 yards last night, and can you tell me what Sony Michel did? Your man from University of Georgia, what did he do last night? He remained in a slump in the doghouse.
Skip, he only had 4 attempts.
4 carries for 18 yards, and one of those went for 10 yards. So do the math on the other 3. He is going nowhere. Slowly is Sony Michel, and it ended up being James White was their leading rusher with, 30-some yards?
9 for 38.
Okay, way to go. So that's the first problem for Tom Brady. And the second problem is, obviously, there's no Gronk, and obviously, there's no AB. And obviously, there's now no more Josh Gordon. And I thought there were reports on Friday that N'Keal Harry, their first-round pick, receiver out of Arizona, who I think is a flat-out stud, some reports that he was preparing to play last night. Did not happen. He's been on IR for the first half of the year. So you don't even have N'Keal Harry last night, but you did have Mohamed Sanu. What am I seeing so far from Sanu? Who I've not watched closely over the last couple of years. He's been very good, but now suddenly he's sort of going to be the featured receiver. What did you see last night? I saw just another possession receipt to separate, right? No burst.
He's a smaller Josh Gordon.
He looked like a smaller Josh Gordon. He looked like a less quick Julian Edelman, right?
Yeah.
And again, Tom had pretty good rapport with him, and he threw him a bunch of balls.
He did.
He caught a bunch of balls, but he never really threatened or hurt. So it's still pretty much Edelman or bust, with an occasional throw to Philip Dorsett or to James White. Brady threw one nice ball up the rail, up the boundary. Okay, and so that's all you got.